Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of this bookshelf project. So first job I'm going to be doing today is ballasting. So the ballasting is complete. As you can see, I've put bits of tape over the check rails to stop the ballast getting underneath them. As you can see underneath, that bit of board's clear ballast. That's just to stop. That's just to make sure that the point blades work properly. So the next job is to mist all of this with water, and then put watered down PVA onto all of it. So to mist it down, I'm using this regular sprayer bottle. I'm just going to spray a little bit of water on, like so. There we go. All done. Right, now we need to put the PVA on. So to hold the ballast down, we're using some 50-50 water to PVA solution. It's quite easy. Just use regular PVA and put water in it. And I'm using a pipette. So the gluing down process is complete. The ballast is now hard to the board. Yep, so that will work. So the next job is to start adding some landscape. First bit of landscape I'm going to do is this bit back here behind the track. I'm going to use this offcut of polystyrene and I'll cut it to shape. So let's just mark out roughly where I need to cut it. Great, but yeah, should be able to see that. Okay, so now I just need to cut it. Right, so we're going to cut this with a blunt knife on my kitchen table. Let's get to it. So here's the end result. Nice rounded hill, it's got a nice gentle gradient and everything. So yeah, we just need to go and check if that fits on the shelf now. So back upstairs, we've got the piece ready to go in, and to me that looks a bit too big, so I'm going to recut it a bit, same process, and then see if it fits. So yeah. So here we are. This hill is a lot thinner now, as you can see, which means it should fit on the layout better. So let's go have a look. So it's a lot thinner and it fits a lot better now, but it's a bit too short. So what I've done is I've added a few extra bits, offcuts of the polystyrene. Right, it's time to put some plaster bandage on this hill. So as you can see, plenty of newspaper around. You don't want to get plaster bandage on your carpet or anything like that. Using Hobbycraft plaster, some water over there to dip it in, and yeah, right, so we'll get going. So here we have it. The plaster bandage is now just setting, although it's already quite hard. Because I've got this piece of newspaper behind it, just so that I wasn't plastering to the wall. It's not a good idea. I'm going to have to clean up some of these areas because they've got bits of plaster around them. So yeah, I'll be getting to hoover up here at some point. But yeah, So the next step is the scenery, although I'll let the plaster dry completely before I start. So that's the hill done. So the next job is to paint it. So to paint the hill, we're going to be using some of Humbrol's Dark Earth paint. This is in the matte version, and I'm also going to be using regular kids light green paint. So let's get going. So first things first, I am going to use the kids light green paint on the hill. Now I do this to give so that when you put scatter on over the top of it, if you miss any areas, there's still green rather than white underneath. So I just put some on. Then get a paintbrush. You want a decent sized paintbrush for this. So I'm going to use this one. And you just start painting it. It does give a bit, quite a light green, this particular shade. It just depends, and you want to go for either a dark shade of green or a shade of brown. Those are probably the two best earth colours. So I'm using a bit of lighter and a bit darker green to give a bit of variety. So the next job, where there isn't ballast and there's just board, I'm going to clear some of those little bits up with the Humbrol paint, obviously using a smaller brush. So this paint you have to mix before use, just a little bit, and then I'm just putting it in those little areas where the ballast doesn't get to. Actually putting some on the track also looks nice. It's a very effective way of clearing up some of the bits that you don't want to see the board on. Obviously it's not perfect, but it looks quite a lot nicer. And I can now put grass over that, or soil or something. So as you can see, I have now added the grass block as well as bits of foliage around, and this stuff called lichen, which incidentally looks a bit like broccoli. Anyway, so for future reference, I used light green lichen from Woodland Scenics, light green clump foliage also from Woodland Scenics, and for the turf here I used a range of Chavis Scenics blended turfs. So yeah, so that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, feel free to subscribe, and any tips or comments would be well appreciated. Okay, but for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.